What's up, guys? Classy Metal here with a very long overdue video. Before I get into it, I still have a giveaway going. I will probably be wrapping this up within the next week or so. It's kind of running dry, but I want to give everyone a chance to get in and enter for this giveaway. There's some killer stuff in this. Coffin Mulch, their newest EP, Midnight Hellion, their newest album. There's some killer stuff in this. I will link up that video in the description. That way, if you don't want to miss out and get in on this 8 CD giveaway, it will be available. I'll be wrapping that up, like I said, probably within the next week or so, but I just kind of wanted to give some of you stragglers a heads up and give you one last chance to get in on that. Okay, the video for today. This is a package that I received in the mail a few months ago, before I had my little break and disappeared off of social media completely and YouTube. When I was still on my old Instagram account, I received a message from Adirondack Black Mass label that asked if they could send me some stuff. And I'm always a little blown away and taken aback when someone wants just to hear my opinion or wants me to expose me to certain music just because they value my opinion or my 2 cents. It still kind of blows my mind that people would do that. I don't see myself as some kind of authority in any way, shape, or form on any of this stuff. But they nicely asked if I would be interested in receiving this. They said I didn't even have to make a video. They just wanted to get some exposure out for this music. And I'm very kind of ashamed of myself that I haven't gotten this video out sooner. But with the move and everything going on, it just was not feasible at the old house to get this recorded in time. It's been a slow go since I moved in here. I'm still not completely in my element yet, but I'm getting there. There's some things I need to tweak and just try to get into the general sense of getting back in some kind of routine or stride with these videos. I had a breakout come on my face. I don't know what's going on there, but it was like everything has been just going against me making this video, but it's something that I definitely needed to do. I definitely feel obliged, and it's something that I want to do. I was so taken aback with the amount of stuff that I received in this package and how good it was that I had to go on to the Adirondack Black Mass distro and order a t-shirt to show some type of support while I was getting myself ready to do this video. Absolutely love the artwork on this. These are still available on their web store if you want to go check it out. I had to bookmark the web store as well because while I was there, I saw some stuff in their actual distro that is some imported stuff and some stuff that's kind of hard to come by here in the US, and the fact that they have it available, which would be at a much discounted shipping rate. I was like, go on and hit that bookmark and kind of remember that when things get in a little bit better of a financial state. Here, things been kind of tight. I mean, buying a house, you can kind of imagine. And the fact that this stuff came in, it was like a perfect time. It helped kind of keep my sanity. I had some new stuff to listen to and check out. Between this little stack here and some things that I picked up at Paragon Records, it kind of got me through that period, and I had new music to listen to. But there was some amazing stuff in this box that was sent to me from Adirondack Black Mass, and I cannot wait to share this stuff with you guys. There were only 2 releases in this that I was priorly familiar with going into this. I'm just going to jump right into. I'll do the vinyl. There's some vinyl and some CDs here. I'll do the vinyl first. The first one I was familiar with just because Anthony over at Metal Miners. If you don't follow the Metal Miners channel, I will link it up in the description. Anthony is an authority on underground death metal. His knowledge is far and above most anyone else you see on YouTube doing these videos. I mean, you have Ken. I mean, Ken is like the top tier. Ken's Death Metal Crypt. But as far as I've found so much great stuff through the Metal Miners, through Anthony's input on Metal Miners, and then his son Cody does things on the channel as well. It usually has some pretty solid black metal and even funeral doom. But I saw Anthony show this, and it's been like a year ago that I saw him show this EP, and he talked pretty highly of it, and I was blown away by this EP as well. This is Cathartic with Ceremonial Resurrection. This is a Mexican death metal. It's kind of Swedish death metal out of Mexico, if that makes any sense. The vinyl are all black vinyl, so I'm not just going to get into showing the wax, but I'll show the cover art to kind of give you guys a look. This is an EP, I guess a 12-inch EP. It's 6 tracks. 2 of those tracks are bonus tracks. The first 4 were the original EP, and they put 2 bonus tracks in on the vinyl. Comes with the artwork, the sleeve, and then you have like a lyric sheet on the inside as well. Amazing stuff. I dig this quite a bit. This was originally released in 2020, sometime I guess around the summertime of 2020. It's about 20 minutes long runtime with the bonus tracks, but it is just kind of face melting Swedish. You got those definite Swedeth riffs going on that, and I was just as impressed with that as I expected to be, just from having heard Anthony's kind of little review on that some time ago. So killer stuff there from Cathartic. If you have not checked them out, definitely do so. They had a full length come out a couple months ago. I think it's been just at about 2 months ago. They had a full length come out in August. Unfortunately, I have not had a chance to check that one out yet, but I can speak volumes on this EP. It is a solid release. Next up, the only other material in this entire stack that I'm going to show that I was priorly familiar with. This is a band out of my home state of Tennessee. They're from the middle portion of the state. I actually own this on CD already, so now I have a vinyl copy as well. This is Vile Haint with O Hatchie Haint. This is atmospheric, kind of experimental atmospheric black metal. It's focused on kind of Tennessee folklore and ghost stories. That was something that initially drew my attention to this when I first listened to it and decided to pick it up on CD. I believe they have a full length that came out this year as well. They've been churning out material, so this is a with as experimental and as much depth that goes into a Vile Haint release. It's crazy to me that they can churn out material as quickly as they do. There's 7 tracks on this. 3 of those tracks are instrumental. I'm not usually the biggest fan of overly instrumental stuff. I mean, I do like it, but for me, not playing an instrument myself, I kind of lend myself listening more to stuff that has vocals. The brevity of the 3 instrumental tracks for me definitely does a strong service to this album. The majority of the experimentation is also found on those instrumental tracks. There's so much depth. It's like layers. You have black metal, you have some folky kind of acoustic stuff, and then you have some ambience, but at times they are layered and stacked on top of each other, and you get the kind of feel of experimentation that way. But the actual atmospheric black metal portions on this are bar none. They are amazing. Definitely check out Vile Haint if you have not done so. This is one that I absolutely love. I'm putting together a little VCLT for someone that doesn't know that they're getting it yet, but I think that they would dig this. I'm going to throw that one in there since I already own the CD copy. I'm going to pass along this vinyl. It's stuff that was passed to me, and I want to pass what I can on to people that I think will really enjoy it. So killer release there. The last... well, there's one more vinyl after this one. I lied. The third vinyl that I'm going to show is a band called Stair. This is entitled 18 Degrees Below the Horizon. Stair is... I sound country, very country, but I guess it's fitting because it's from my neighbor state to the north, Kentucky, so maybe Stair, me saying that as country as I do, is kind of fitting. You guys know that I'm a CD junkie. 9 times out of 10, I am going to reach for a CD copy or want to listen to something on CD before I would listen to it on vinyl or cassette or anything else. When the mood for listening to something on vinyl does strike. Sometimes that mood does hit me, believe it or not. When it does, this is something that absolutely, for me, is the kind of sound that I want to listen to on vinyl. It's this atmospheric, it's got symphonic black metal, atmospheric black metal, some post-black going on this as well. This was absolutely amazing. I was blown away on first spin of this. This album was kind of the motivating factor for me to get my full-fledged stereo hooked up to be able to listen to this on vinyl. So of course I could look it up and listen to the digital copy, but when I wanted to hear it, I wanted to hear it on the physical format, and I wanted to hear it on vinyl, and it just scratches that itch for me every single time I listen to it. Amazing release here. Definitely check this one out if you have not done so. I'm going to say that over and over throughout this video, so you guys just be aware of that and get used to me saying check this out if you have not done so, because I will probably say it about 5 more times before this video has concluded. Next up, we have an EP, little 7-inch EP. This is the last of the vinyl, so don't worry, CD folks. CDs are on the way. I know a lot of you are about like me and are CD junkies. This is kind of some blackened stoner doom. I really like this. It is mighty good. This is a band called Last One on Earth, and this is their EP kind of demo entitled She's a Witch. This is a project out of Rochester, New York. It is also on black vinyl, so no sense in me showing the actual wax. There we have the artwork, and then we have some lyrics on the back of the 7-inch. So that's kind of cool that they throw that on there for you to kind of read along as you listen to it. It's just catchy, fun, fuzzy, blackened stoner doom. I don't know any other way to put this. You got some boobs there on the front. I mean, it's all fitting, and it's a great release. So it is very short, but it is a fun ride for the short time that you're listening to it. Next up, we have a nice little stack of CDs that I'm going to show you guys here as well. First up, we have a band out of Australia. I had to look at my little cheat sheet there. I forgot for just a moment. This is Anarazel with Iconoclastic Rebirth. This is a 17-minute EP came out in 2020. This is just some fast, blistering, icy, hate-driven black metal. You guys know that I love the band Fornicus. I've shown them on this channel many times, and I get some definite kind of Fornicus. Their newest release, Sulfuric Omnipotence, their newest full length. I kind of see some similarities. I'm not going to say that it's similar, but I get that feel from this, and that's definitely not a knock on anything. That is something that I really enjoy. For the 17 minutes that this goes, I found myself pretty much enthralled in this, and I absolutely loved it. Great little 17-minute. I mean, you get with the artwork there, you can see what's going on there. You can see what's burning. That's just the feel that you get on this. There's no apologies. Very occult theme stuff going on. There's a choir, church choir, almost sounding intro that just gets bludgeoned by these kind of demonic growls. Just going into the first track, and then the second track, Convent Lust. That one, I mean, you can imagine what's going on in that song just from the title, and it had me laughing as it started up. I'm still chuckling now thinking about it, but just a fast, blistering, occult, dark black metal release, and you guys should definitely check that out. Next up, we changing gears a little bit. We have a thrash metal project out of Madrid, Spain. This is Retrofaith with The Horror Has Risen from the Tomb. I love that artwork. That's just like cheesy, fun. I mean, that kind of gives you a feel of what you're getting into with this release. Here we have. I'm going to turn it upside down. You got some more nudity going on there on the back. You can't go wrong with that. This is kind of hard to, when I was kind of doing my homework to get links and stuff together to put in the description for you guys to check this stuff out. This particular album, it came out this year, so that could be a reason for it. It came out back in March, but it's hard to find a digital or Bandcamp. I couldn't find this album on Bandcamp. There is one track that's available on YouTube for you guys to check out. It will kind of give you a feel of what you're going into in this album. It is track number 5, I believe, is Daughters of the Night. Is the only YouTube track that I could find anywhere. It's the only track that I could find from this album to be able to share with you guys. So I will definitely link that up so you can hear something from them. But it's just this like horror thrash, pretty fun. That track, you will kind of get a feel, as I was saying, what you got in store for the album. There's a riff that comes in about 3 minutes. You can kind of bookmark it 3 minutes into Daughters of the Night. And it is so catchy. It's a very memorable riff. It's something that'll be in your head a couple days after you listen to this album. And at least that track is available online, so you guys can check that out. If that's all you listen to and you don't get to hear the rest of the album, yes, you're kind of doing yourself a little bit of a disservice. But it is some killer stuff there from Spain. So next up, the biggest surprise for me in this box. I was completely floored by this release. It may even sneak its way on to my end of the year list this year because it is that good. This is a band out of California. This is Withermoon with A Testament to Our Will. This is 8 tracks, roughly 40 minutes of some catchy, groovy black metal, very riff-driven black metal. It was the second track, Reason for Existence. A few minutes in, a minute or two, I guess, into that second track was the point upon first listening to this album that I knew that I was in for something special. Like there was just something that was clicking for me on all cylinders, and it was that quick into this album that I knew that I'd stumbled upon something that I was really going to love. Track number 5, Dregs of God, is another one. Those are probably track 2 and track 5 are probably my 2 favorite tracks on this release. But I love everything that I've heard on this. As I said, this very easily could sneak onto my end of the year list by the time December rolls around. We're not that far from it, and it is the way that it is going right now. I could definitely, it's kind of steamrolling its way onto that list, and I don't know how far it's going to work its way up. But when you can be into the second track and know that you found something special, that just kind of speaks a testament to this California black metal. I mean, who would have thought? Next up, we have a split release, more black metal. This is a band called Garhelenth. I'm going to butcher that. I'm sorry. And the other band is Isataii, and I probably butchered both of those. This is Union of Cursed Blood. This is a pretty solid release. The bands are a little bit different from one another, but that kind of works on a split. I like to have each band on a split to kind of have their own identity, so the stuff doesn't just kind of blend together, and you kind of get a feel for what's going on. The first band, Garhelenth, this is a band out of Iran. I believe it is a 2-person project out of Iran. The first 3 tracks, there's 5 tracks total. The first 3 tracks do belong to that project. It feels almost like I'm thinking there may be some programmed drums going on that. It doesn't really take away from it. It's just there's not a whole lot of variety in the drums going on, but it works for the tracks that are listed, that are offered here. The vocals, I actually do enjoy the vocals. The howls, sometimes I'm not the biggest fan. I can find like some of the howls, the howling screams in some black metal can come off a little bit goofy. For me, they work on these tracks for this project. They bring in some variety that is just well received, and that is a very solid start to this split. And then the second project, Isataii, yeah, I'm sorry. This is a Native American themed black metal project. I know that kind of seems to be the going trend. There's lots of those bands kind of popping up now. You've got a Nachachwan, which has been doing it for quite some time, and then you have Black Braid that just burst forth onto the scene with an amazing release this year. This band does it a little bit different. This is another California black metal project, but they kind of focus on I find the lyrical themes of this project to be enthralling. I like their take on this kind of on this Native American spin to black metal, on these themes. They instead of being kind of melancholy and nature driven, this is a very hate driven. Like the lyrical themes are much more in line with the real history of America. I feel like the Native American people were probably some of the worst treated people in the history of the world, and that comes out in this music. I know that there are other races and stuff that have been mistreated as too. Please don't think that I'm just saying that this is the be all end all, but this kind of gives you a glimpse of the real history behind that, the hate of the colonization, the hate of the way that these people were treated, and it comes out in the lyrical themes, and you can just feel the angst and the hate in the actual music itself. Good stuff here, very emotional stuff, but I do dig it quite a bit. And then last but not least, we have some black and death metal. You guys know I am a sucker for black and death metal. This is Thaumaturgy with a Charnel Gnosis. I'm sorry if I butchered that. I'm not good, as you guys already know. I mispronounce everything. This is some black and death metal out of Kansas, and this has some doomy elements. It is listed as an EP. It's 4 tracks. Comes in just over 30 minutes. It's like 31 minutes. So I don't know if we can technically call this an EP, but it's listed as an EP, so we're going to say it's an EP. It's 4 tracks. Each track is roughly 7 to 8 minutes long. And one thing about this album that I really do love or EP that I really do love, is that the tempo changes that are within each song. Each song is made up of different, like there's it almost is like a story being told through music, just from the tempo changes, just the feelings that the music kind of emotes in you, and they're able to fast-paced, slow-paced. There's almost some doomy portions of this going on, it almost feels like, but just the breaks and then the tempo changes in this do wonders for this release. It is unfortunately the only release that this band has put out, but I think this may have come out this year, so I can give them a pass on that it being the only release. But it definitely has me yearning to hear more from them in the future. The vocals on this are very low, cavernous. They fit well. They're kind of like modern death metal vocals, but they're mixed in with this black and death metal to the point where it just works. I can't really do it any kind of justice. It's something that I think you will just have to listen to yourself. I'm sure if you're into underground death metal, black and death metal, you've already seen this kind of making the rounds. I know just before I left Instagram, I had seen this posted around just a few times, and now that I'm back, I plan on posting this up at some point in the future, so you guys will have the privilege of seeing that yet again making the rounds. But great stuff here. Definitely check this one out if you have not done so. Go to the label. Go check out their distro. If you want to pick some of this stuff up, I guarantee you can find some other stuff that is available in their actual distro. We had a good old boy just rolling down the street. He's heading home to look up this website himself and pick him up some death metal and black metal. Once again, thank you so much to the label itself, Adirondack Black Mass. I am completely floored and honored that you thought enough of my opinions of this stuff to send me this box and let me listen through it and find some new music that way. Everything's linked up in the description. I hope you guys take the time to check this stuff out. If you do listen to it or you do find some stuff here that you like, let me know in the comments. I definitely would like to hear you guys 2 cents on this stuff as well. That's all I've got for today. Get in on the giveaway. It is still linked up in the description. I will try to be back. I know I'll be back Sunday with the collection video. I have some other stuff that I want to start showing, some general collection updates and some stuff that I picked up over the last few months. It feels like you guys are kind of just been kind of left hanging of what I've really been listening to over this time period. This was a good start. This was some of the stuff that has been corrupting my eardrums, and hopefully I will continue and keep this ball rolling and show you guys some other stuff in the very near future. That's all I've got for today. Stay classy, stay metal, and I will see you guys very soon. I promise.